Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the EVI Women in STEM seminar series. Our guest speaker today is Shannon Hall, the CEO and co-founder of PowBio. Hi, Shannon. Thank you so much for meeting with us today. We really appreciate your time greatly.
Oh, hi, Hattie. I'm so excited to be here and talk about what we've been doing at PowBio and what I've been up to, and would love to just spread the good word on all the good stuff. So thanks.
Of course. So today we're going to be talking about not only the tech that is either currently being developed or in the process of development at PowBio, but also touching on some career advice from Shannon and more guidance on future endeavors and also for future entrepreneurs. So first, we're going to start with a few technical questions that will help everyone understand the basics behind the science at PowBio. So first, what does PowBio do?
So yeah, PowBio is all about using biology to manufacture things. So with the same technology that's used to make yogurt or kombucha or beer, we can make plastics, clothing dyes, food ingredients, literally anything in the world. People make concrete out of biology. So we're excited to make biology a viable manufacturing platform for the future because we see it as a strongly sustainable way to address many of the world's imminent needs.
Perfect. And why is this technology important? What of the problems that the world has right now, what is going to be solved with this type of tech?
Two big things that are right in front of us are the impacts of climate change, which we feel every day, but certainly address, what kinds of foods we can grow in different places, or what kinds of things we can extract from the earth, like how much we want to rely on the petroleum supply chain, as well as things like, hey, there's a growing world population. We've just moved from 7 billion to 8 billion people, and we expect to have 10 billion people in the not too distant future. How can we make sure everybody has equal access to good, healthy, nutritious food?
Perfect. Why isn't the technology widely in use yet? Are there any specific gaps or barriers do you think there will be or there already is preventing the tech from really coming out to the public?
Yes, it's like the early 80s working on electronics. There's almost no infrastructure. So we haven't been able to change our designs, which are very motivating and very exciting, into actual products with any kind of speed or any kind of throughput. And that's largely because there's no place to make and tinker with and build these products and then make them better. That infrastructure doesn't yet exist, but it will, and we're part of building it in a much better, more technical way. The second challenge is that because of the newness of using biology as a manufacturing platform, most of what we make with biology is pretty expensive, and that is a barrier to getting market adoption. But we believe with some of the technology PowBio is building that we can make that much less expensive and really push these innovations into the marketplace.
What would the infrastructure look like? Like in a real world application of PowBio, what would that look like in terms of bringing it to market?
So it would have the existence of our technology in multiple manufacturing settings around the country, deployed to take corn or dairy waste or other materials, and directly in the location that the manufacturing is situated, turn it into value-added products like food ingredients or chemicals or enzymes that we can use for cleaning. That would be all around the country. We'd have the ability to manufacture really renewable resources for everyday use.
I see. On a more business side rather than tech side, what has the journey been from a startup point of view in terms of getting funding or the means to do research and development?
So it's always a challenge for startups to go find really good, high quality funding backers. We were fortunate enough to work with the Department of Energy, Lawrence Berkeley National Lab, and the team at EVI to find some grant money to help PowBio get started, which is great. You definitely need a bunch of people in your court. We were luckily supported by the Skydeck at Cal, so part of the ecosystem at Cal that makes sure that we could find our way through the funding system, and we were backed by early stage funders dedicated to investing in moonshot ideas, things that were really good ideas that were far from reality yet. So we have B Partners and Cantos Ventures and Better Ventures behind us to help make a much more successful startup phase, but it's real work. So finding financial backing, especially in the market we're in today, is something that takes literally months of work for startup leaders to invest in order to start to find out what that startup can do. So it's really a big part of our lives.
Definitely. And thank you so much for sharing that with us, just the work that PowBio is doing and the hopes that you have for the company. The
Mhm.
next few questions will be more about you and focus on your career. So
Yeah.
to start, being a minority in the startup industry can be extremely difficult. But
Mhm.
despite this, there are extremely talented women scientists, including yourself, looking to make a name for yourself in the industry while still making a positive impact on the world. Can you please tell us a little bit about your own journey so far?
Sure. Well, in fact, I came to San Francisco to get started on my career by finding a job where I could do a little work experience and then go to graduate school. And that would be a good way for me to find out, where my passions would really be best served. And while we got going with one company, I ended up seeing lots of opportunity inside of a single company that I joined relatively early from moving to San Francisco. And within that company, I moved up and up and up. And I found that I was having a ton of fun inventing things, sharing my inventions with other scientists and engineers, and teaching user scientists how to make use of those inventions. So that experience of creating together and then bringing solutions to people and helping them do better science was extremely satisfying. And I got to do that in lots of different settings as an individual participant and then as a manager and a team leader. That really helped me have a great career arc in that organization, but also just to live my happiness, to live the things that I enjoy most. I realized that was really where I was getting most of my energy, and I wanted to find ways to do that over and over again.
Would you say that's what inspired you to be a co-founder of your own startup and like what
100%.
attracted you to
Yeah,
PowBio?
totally. I think the truth is that I was always a startup founder. I just happened to work in different places. I love the idea of creating together, and I was lucky enough to meet some other people, Owe being one of my co-founder, Owe Wong, and Brian Lee, and the rest of our team, where there's just a ton of creative energy together, and we're able to build something together. And I find that super motivating.
Being in a constant state of invention and thinking about new creative ways to do things, what motivates you to keep going? Because as a college student, I really want to know how to not get burnt out and stay
Right.
motivated despite always having to push new ideas and keep working at whatever project we have going on currently.
There's some really personally satisfying experiences tackling problems with my team and solving those problems creatively. So when I think about it, I kind of get outside of myself and I'm like, okay, here's the challenge we're working on. What could be the solution? What else could work? And I get to think in ways that are not limited by reality. So we can say, what if, and then move in those directions. And I knew that from my early days, and I know that now, and that gives me fuel for the days that are tougher. So paying attention to what drives you and what fires you up, and when you feel that yes energy is critical, because you want to lean your career towards having that experience as often as you can. It will prevent you from feeling like you're working, and it will really nurture your sense of self and accomplishment.
That's really amazing to think about it that way, to think about work as a means of like a project that has an end result that you can honestly be happy about once you get there. Um,
Yeah.
Now more towards what it's like to be a founder of a startup. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you know this, but with only 28% of women being founders of startups, why did you choose to run your own company rather than to go into industry or academia or continue to stay in industry?
I really wanted to be my own boss. Like, I wanted to do the stuff I really wanted to do. And I thought that I'd have the best chance to do that in a smaller group together with other scientists and engineers who were equally excited about what we were working on. And so I thought startup made a lot of sense for what I'm interested in. I think that there's an opportunity to be entrepreneurial in large organizations or even inside of an academic infrastructure, but this one appeals to me most.
Did you have any doubts? And if so, how did you overcome them?
Definitely had doubts. I mean, the statistics on startups are pretty grim. I mean, most of them don't make it. So you're joining a crew of people with a low success rate. even so, I'm like, I'd rather have spent my time, my hours in life working on the problems I find most interesting with a team I like than I would have taken a surer bet, instead of saying, okay, there's an institution that will always be there. When I talk to people about what motivates them most in life, it's almost always the people they work with and the problem they're trying to solve. And if those two things are true, it really just doesn't matter which environment you're in, as long as it's one that makes a lot of sense for you.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What for you are your visions for PowBio or yourself in the future?
Well, definitely for PowBio, we want to change biomanufacturing forever. We want to be the reason biomanufacturing succeeded, moved faster, became more cost effective, and solved the problems in the world that biology can truly solve. We want to be the hero for our hero of biology. We're here for that. That's what motivates us every single day. For myself, I just want to know that we built a great team. I care a lot about the experience of working together with the team that we have, and I want to believe that we made a better outcome because I did my best effort to make it happen.
That's great. This is actually our last question, a very personal one.
Sure.
What piece of guidance and our insight would you like to give to future young people, especially young women looking to start their own company or even women in STEM?
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so the thing I learned and the thing I want to share is that confidence is a habit, not an inborn trait. And so while there are people who appear to have a lot of innate confidence, and that's excellent, for most of us, we need to cultivate that confidence and we should spend time building it. What we do every day, every problem you solve, every little challenge you solve, maybe you paid for tuition yourself this time, or maybe you got through that paper especially effectively. Give yourself a pat on the back. You solve problems. You know how to save the world. That reinforcement can help us feel even more confident to pursue the things that do professionally satisfy us. There are no rules anymore. We used to have to follow a career ladder. That's not true. Today, you get the choice to spend your time how you want to spend it, building the experiences you think will be most professionally satisfied. And I think we'll get there faster and make a bigger impact with our own confidence as strong as possible.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for such a great conversation. I just
Yeah.
want to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments. It's truly admirable to see a woman so accomplished in your career and still maintain a family and everything that comes with it. I, alongside Evie, I would like to thank you for not only your time and wisdom, we're eagerly waiting to see what comes next from you and PowBio, and we wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors.
Thanks, honey. I can't wait to see what you do next, too. We'll be watching. Let us know.
Yeah,
All
thank
right. Take care.
Thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, as well as click the bell to be notified for our next interview. Our socials are linked here as well as on our website. If you're interested in climate change, renewable energy, biosciences, and all that comes with that, and also looking to see what career path you would like to take if you're interested in that, we highly recommend checking our socials and website out.